on iRadio. Well, a very good morning to you and welcome to another edition of the Dawn program on iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. It's Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025. My name is Emmanuel J, Akile, and I'll be right here in the studio with you on the show from now up to 8 a.m. Well, thank you for starting your day with the Dawn program with us on iRadio every weekday from 6 to 8. To comment on any story that will be featuring on today's edition of the Dawn, do not hesitate. You can later on be part of the conversation by dialing 0911 or 22986 a text message on 13986. You can also stream these broadcasts live by logging onto our website iRadio.org. Follow us on Facebook and X at iRadio Juba, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel iRadio South Sudan. صباح الخير مستمع راديو، اهلا ومرحبا بك في حلقه جديد من برنامج الدون الليله يوم الثلاثاء الموافق 18/11/2025. البرنامج في يوم الاسبوع من الساعه 6 ل 8. شارك معنا بعدين بالاتصال لارقامنا ورسل لنا رساله نصيه. تابعونا على الانترنت على الموقع iRadio.org، على الفيسبوك واكس على iRadio جوبا، وما تنسى تتابعنا على يوتيوب شانل iRadio South Sudan. نمشي لفاصل ومنه حنبدا بفقرتنا بتاع ريزيدنس ريبورت. ما تمشي بعيد بالراديو بتاعك. صباح الخير. مرحبا بك مرة ثانية. هلا راديو.
إيمانويل أكيله.
نعم. إنجنيور موزس تفضل.
إيمانويل أكيله أول أنا بسلم أسرة آي راديو كاكولو. أنا بسلم أقواني كاكولو الباس مسؤول بتاعي. في صباح اليوم. ما أنا صباح فوق ما بحاجة أنا شاوف بتاعي. أي واحد قاعدهم. جرب يجاسو في البيت. Emmanuel Akele, أنا بقول مبروك لجيل متوانيدا رجعوا في كان بتوع تنابرس يعني يكونوا ثلاثة أرسال بتاعي له باليسا ما يسلم المكتب. أنا بقول شكل شديد يا جيل متوانيدا شاب تعبان شاب تجربة تجربة السودان تعبان شديد. ده رسال بتاعنا بقول له باليسا ما شاء المكتب بشكل معرض بتوع ريس قاعد تشوف زول بشكل لشاب تجنوب السودان ياو بيشيل زول وبيجيب زول تاني برجع زول كانوا بيشوفوا بشكل تاني. أنا بقول له رجع يا جيم متوانيجا شكل الشعب بتاعك لدولة الجنوب السودان. شوف الكلام ده يكون الكلام ده يعني دولار خمسة 600 يا جيم متوانيجا. دولار ده دارين دولار رجعتها يا جيم متوانيجا. دولار رجعتها دكات 400 وحاجة 300 وحاجة. يعني دولار ده أنا ما أعرف. ودولار يا بيا بروش الجنوب السودان يا جيم متوانيجا يا جنوبين. أي راجع لوتا كاتب لا دولار لسه فوق. يا جماعة ليه تابعين؟ أي واحد ما يشاف دولار يوم واحد. من على ولد على ولده ما شاف دولار يوم واحد. دولار تيجي توه شنو؟ كلا ولد جدي على الفتاة وما باي نقال دولار يعود زاده. يا جيم متوانيجا كيف المعرض بتاعك؟ وسيب الكلام ده السياسيين ده سيبه شغل يا جيم متوانيجا. جاء رسالة بتاعنا بودي لك سبادة باليسا تماثل من المكتب. أنا مرنين يا إيمانويل أكيله. أنا نشاف نينا دمشلا. أنا نبجير ورا سياسيين ده عنده يزيد بتوع. ويزيد ده ما يا دولة يزيد ده ما دولة كله. ده فاتي بس. ونحن بنجري لورا السياسيين ليشنو؟ يعني أنا قاعد ألعب السياسيين زادوا في السوشيال ميديا في راديو ده كلام ده وين يعني؟ شوف كلام ده بولميل ده يعني ده ألعب ورا بقول قاعد بقول يا عمل كده وده ورا بيعمل كده na da kacha ko na Emmanuel Akile kalam da mafi wari yako dudu buto ya Emmanuel Akile ani ni jabde wari yako dudu buto ishu magi buto bigi ba ga tarbe de yar buto maja kacha be fiasa ya chap ini si bal fiasa de firas kras buto mande daring the government na da jabu man gidide wazir tarot kede chum kalab tala chuar de ya kan cha bukun muta ya Emmanuel Akile
alright
ya ra sar bata de nazar jabu man gidide kede man shakalo ne buto man ne cha buto man وشكرا عليك
شكرا جزيلا للرسالة بتاعك. ده طبعا لتعيين بتاع الدكتور جيمس وانيجا على تعيينه كنائب رئيس الجمهورية. راديو
هلا صباح الخير ايمانويل جوزيف.
صباح النور.
ابو جاس معكم.
نعم.
هاي كل الزملاء بتاعي من كرة ديفيد مابو كنا فواو سليمان هاي تراوا ماما ميري جوزيف تلفونو بتامونو كيو بتاعي ومجوكي نكشف كل اخوان والفاترة يسلم لهم. أنا بقول سهيل بتاعي ما في حاجة بتاعي إيمانويل. لسه مجلسات بتاعي ولا أقوي إنجنير من مطالع هنا. طبعا دولة بتاعنا بس قرارات يومي قرارات لحد 200 يا جماعة. ما فاجأ سنة يجي قرار في شركة مصنع أبنو في بارغزال مصنع ساتيدا كده في غرب السعودية مصنع كده كم جي إمبلوي ناس شباب كتير. أصلا الناس اللي جابوا جداد بيكونوا يقولوا ريسايكل سام روتن إكس بين ريسايكل. هل بيستفيد منهم شنو؟ بفتي دا مولا من إجازة من عبد الواقع أنا قال ها زي دا ملكي هو بيسمي دا ملكي سيبون حتى وانيجا يوم كم كم مسدين كلا شو وين 40 30 ده وين تاريخ من جاري بيوم من شغل مشونو تيسا كشغلين ودي شغل أجاي زي لو وانيجا ده كانين ده كان زمان كان شيمبالا بيجي جيبه كان مشاكل ما تيجي مشاكل إنه مشاكل كده ما برجع بنرجع مكان أجازة ريسايكل في بروتين إكس ليه يا جماعة كل يوم أنا مني سفار مني أنا ما في غير استفيد ما في دولة ثانية نفس أجارم ونفس أو كمبولا وهذا لذلك كم سنة مني سنة على كم غيره سنترال بانك غيره أي جي بي سكام غيره أتانو مارا غيره أبا غيره ما بيمشي لا في كلام ويمشون قاعدين بايدهم ساكت لحد 200 يا جماعة أجار بيمشي ده garbage in garbage out فأنا ما بيسمع anything good أنا من والي كتير ده ولا أصلا كم كده والي أنا رافع إنجازات في شنو عمل إنجازات شنو العمل كانوا زمان والي في أطلع وايد نتال أنا بيسجوا عملوا كويس في شنو كانوا والي قالوا ميو نايم رئيس أمون رئيس الأول أمون سبيكر أمون في شنو إنجازات شنو ده لكن كم شباب ولا ماو كم ناس بروم أصلا بيسجل أيوة ده بيسجل ديرين بيسجل أيوة فهي غيره كارنادة ما بيساعد كل إيمانويل شكرا.
شكرا. وهذا طبعا مواطن عنده حق يقدم تعليق بتاعه في رأيه. أبو جاز راديو.
هلو.
يس.
سلطانة ماما ماريا.
سلطانة كبير تفضلي.
أنا كل ميتا في الاستوديو ولا تهديد المعقول ونسيب تهي على تعالى عصا ده أبو جاز. على ونسيب أتاكي بجاز ما في. يلا سلطان جوسف هناك أنا وديله السلام. يلا أنا معروف. أجلس وفات ماجوك أنا معصوم كل كانوا فيه يلا فوسو بانجان كل مستمعين اللي جالسوا معايا اللي كل الجنوب 4 ركن يلا إيمانويل أنا جون سو كلام تاعي اليوم ده أنا ونسو أنا قال مالو حكومة تاعنا دي حكومة بيجيبوا ناس تانيين في شغل ها يال قاراي في ناس على عمر 40 سنة في الكامسة 30 في الكامسة 40 ناس ده رئيس أنا ما بفتشوا من الناس اللي على كده كلهم جربوا كلهم جيبوا إلا مرة اللي تلاقوا إتا بيراج فتشوا مرة ده ثاني إتا بيجيبوا إتا بيعرفوا إتا تلاقوا كم مرة كلام ده ما صار كل الناس اللي جودك ثاني يأكل أيوة إيمانويل يا ولد تاي أصلا كده كلنا نبل بجراكين خلاص ما في كلام طبعا عمله ما في مشكلة أنا جوري رسالة تاي لجيمس وانيجا لحموتاي وكان حموتا الجنوبين كل من بيني واتما رئيس قال رئيس كلام ده بيجا صعب أصلا بيلة تانا ده جرا بطال ناس تانا ده يقول يومي مسوان تانا ده تبانين بنا تانا تبانين أولاد تانا تبانين أفانا تانا كل تبانين كلنا جيبوا حاجة لكويس ومن طبعا عارفوا جوجو ده يفتحوا بوين ya kupiga alima mata la ofogo ya jinede umon barko ya ko lota la jinede ila la bujidi asa de jaman al sab al kuto fogo na gera fit na geda ko fit yal ber akulu yal ber limisu de muskila to ko loayno muskila de koy kulum gani ko ata mon nak barnamani al kubarde kulum gani ko ata gala karas ke fa bele de jaja be kama kwes yala kelina sala bele tanade nam kulum sala umon ya kan tingada inan umon ya arif umon ya jibu sala umon ya mu ya hajala kulum kene sala bele de etara kan tasara yom kene kelina ay mutager kelinga akanna be bula haleluya rokuna alafu bele tanna gera kwes kanuma ne ka gera ma fi gine ge jale na ndika gere alafu manatu na kile ngalo umman madarin nan na yuzin samto mu shukran.
alright شكرا ماما ماريا برضو بيضيف الصوت بتاعها راديو.
صباح الخير إيمان الجسر أكيله.
نعم بشوك تفضل معنا.
شكرا لك كثير. أنا ضعيف في استديو وباقي كل تيم العامل معك وتأيه ماشي لبنجان راس نجوب عندهم لجيمس دور وبرضه ضايع ابن نبض كده لسليمان أبو ياسر طلع نقوله سيادة وصل برضه مع ممارية سلطان جوزيف لناس بور هناك في كومندا ناس ياميو لكن طلع وعايزك ولكل متصلين ولهم سؤال خيرات. أنا باقي كل مستمعين برضه لماذا لنا أخبار سي كويس وضع مستمر وجو تمام وبرضه شكرا موصول لكل الناس إدارة المخيم والألدات الجيوس بتاعنا. أنا بحيهم شديد وضع في عمي تمام إنه ما في مشكلة. عندنا شوي في الموضوع بتاع 70 إيجيبت دعنا مبارك ختم من قال مبارك في يعني 70 إيجيبت في جنوب السودان مبارك اجتمعوا عشان ينظروا في المواضيع المعيش في جنوب السودان. إيمان طالما عندنا 70 إيجيبت ليه بلد ماشي بسوريا الماشي فوق حاليا وبلد أسا هو إيجيبت واقف فقط. إذا كان لنا 70 إيجيبت يكون في ميلاد العذاب فقط وتغرر في المسير في جنوب السودان بدلا من بلد ماشي في تجمع معروف وفي عدد إسرائيل كده. أنا نتمنى المؤتمر ده هو مبادرة بتاعت الناس كنيسة وزايد السلاطين والمجتمع المدني خلي يكون عنده نتائج كويس. وبرضه السرين ده يكون سرين يعني بنشاط ما سرين يعني اسم بتاعي واشياء كرتونة شالوا شنطته في وأوراق عيد بتاعه في شنطة بدون مغر خلي يكون يعني عذاب تساعد في الوضع تساعد في الوضع الأمني الماشي تساعد في وضع الاقتصاد الماشي خلي يكون التأثير إيجابي ولا تأثير سلبي كويس. أما الموضوع بتاع التغييرات إيمانويل أنا بقول لوانيه ده مبروك لأنه راجع في الكرسي بتاعه. طبعا بقول أنا كل قاعدة كان زول يربط صور بجرو زول قاعد بجبهته وكرسي ده هو أصلا زول ممتاز. إيمانويل من توقير بتاع اتفاقية سلام الشامل نحن من الملكات كان جاب لنا وانيه ده يعني زول ما شاء الله زول فكاهي زول محنك سياسي قدر إنه ناس على النزل يوحدهم وقدر إنه ناس يخشوا ببر الأمان حتى الناس خشوا في الموضوع في استفتاء. أنا بشكر والديك دوره كويس يعني ما بدور مشاكل ما زي أخونا طلع جينا صغير ما بعرف اللعبة السياسية. بتمنى برضه خلي أخونا بنجمن بولمن ياخذ راحة شوية وبرضه يخش في دراسة يعني الرزاق معروف شنو برا بكرة جاوبين مع شابه إيمانويل عادل أنتوني آخر يومين برجع وراجع بدل رابع مجال برضه بولمن أو لا يزول ممكن يعني يشوف الوضع الماشي. انت لو جابوه فرصة 7 يوم قال يشتغل عمل كويس ما تعمل مشاكل في جنوب السودان. انا فرجعتك تكون محبوب في المجتمع. شكرا.
Alright, shukran jazilan. And Mons comments are actually on the series of presidential decrees last evening, where the head of state or President Kiir reappointed Dr. James Wani Iga as vice president and also relieved 4 senior ministers, including Michael Makweleth, Joseph Geng Akech, Josephine Napon, and Simon Mijok Mijak in a series of decrees announced on SSBC last evening. Kiir reinstated Dr. Wani Iga to the vice presidency in charge of the economic cluster, and he also named him as the deputy chairman of the SPLM. And of course, he was the deputy chairman before he was relieved. Now, following the removal, Kiir also appointed Ateng Wek Ateng as now the new Minister of Information, Communication Technology and Postal Services, replacing Honorable Michael Makweleth. And then Mabior Grangdi Mabior is now the new Minister of Environment and Forestry, replacing Josephine Napon. And former Secretary General of the SPLM, that is Peter Lamboth, is now the Minister of Roads and Bridges, replacing Simon Mijak. And if you also, and the Minister of Information, Honorable Michael Makweleth, is now appointed as the new Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, replacing Dr. Geng. Now, I've also looked at the diplomatic service. Regina Akwer Nyok was also named South Sudan's deputy ambassador to the People's Republic of China, and then Monica Achol Abel Kwek was also reinstated as a Grade 1 ambassador and presidential envoy to the Middle East. Now, I've also looked at the security sector. President Kiir also relieved General Abraham Manuat Peter from his role as the Inspector General of Police. And then he appointed Said Shaul Long to lead the South Sudan National Police Service. And Said Shaul was also once as the IGP. نمشي لفاصل إعلاني وحنجي نواصل.
Okay, the bill is here.
Oh, I don't have enough money on my Momo account, but hold on.
How did you do that?
Yeah, I took more money from my bank account.
I have been in this situation many times.
Mata Fekir, use Momo.
Mata Fekir, kalam gurush katir vijay. Wala takafu min arami. Mata Fekir, galita kan bida fakir. Register and use Momo. Everywhere you go, use Momo.
Just dial *200#.
في جنوب السودان.
Welcome back from the break. Let's continue the residents report segment. Hi, Radio.
Hello, Habib.
نعم.
صباح الخير.
صباح النور.
I'm John Secretary.
John?
John Secretary, yeah.
Yes, John. Welcome. تفضل.
أنا أقول لكم أنتم مبروك برنامجكم عملتوا الليلة كويس. هاي اليوم. أنا بشكر كل الناس اللي جابوهم بعد التغيير. بشكر جيمس بانيغا وبشكر بعض الوزراء اللي جابوا معهم وبشكر الوالي الجديد. البرنامج كله يا جماعة الناس تتكلم فوق ده فكرة الرئيس، يعني الرئيس جاب دول يجي يشوف له مين الشعب السوداني يمكن يشتغل وراه. المشكلة ما الناس المشكلة ما من دستورين، المشكلة ليه الشعب الجنوب كان الرئيس جاب دول وده قرار بتاعه بالواسطة بالقش بتاع الجنوب ده بتاع الرئيس ما عنده يكتبه. وأنا بشكر السيد الوانيغا كنت شغل بالوكيل بتاعه ده كان دون ما كويس. ليه بيجيبوا رئيس ليه بيجيبوا نائب الرئيس 3 مرات مرتين؟ يعني وانيغا زول كويس زول في الناس كله. بشكر السيد وانيغا وبقول له انت لسه ما عملت عليك كتاب وتشوف تشقق ايامك وقال روح بيعرف. والبعض الوزراء الثانيين كان دول تم الوكيل بتاعه في 2027 دول بياخد مكانه. انا بقول له كل قرار المفروض ما نعرف كثير. بقول شكرا جزيلا كلنا تعاير ديو ولا كنت شوارع بقول لكم مبروك عليكم.
شكرا لك. ده تعليق بتاعه برضو طبعا في نفس الموضوع بتاع التغييرات ده. تم تعيين برضو على مستوى بتاع الولاية الاستوائية الوسطى إيمانويل عادل أنطوني، رجع برضو مرة تاني في منصب بتاع حاكم الولاية في مكان بتاع رابي مجون. راديو. Yes, good morning. Welcome.
Wow, we are okay. And not bad, Nowadays, we have known something new on the new decrees. And last evening, people were waiting impatiently for the decrees. And decrees came out. And let me say, to welcome back the old man, one eager to the position. He deserves it, and he will help the other old man president to lead the country to promised land. Emmanuel, the citizens, actually we are looking, because President have already told the citizens this is looking for solution. I think the solution have got lost somewhere, because that's why I've got back to his people, the whole people. And when you look at the appointees of yesterday, all of them before self in the government, they were before in the government. And I think President's solution has not found its way, because people in South Sudan said, I have agreed with the listener, the caller who have just said that we are the problem, the citizens. When you are given an opportunity to serve, you're supposed to deliver, as a citizen. But we have the problem that everybody is getting his own chance and is using it, abusing that power and use it for personal gain. That will never lead us and will never lead country to somewhere. I think in this juncture here, if there is something hidden agenda in presidency or in J1, this is what I don't know. But I don't want to blame President of changing people on a daily basis, because it seems that he's really looking for the solution. But people whom he is appointing become a problem, because they don't want to serve, they don't want to work very gently. They just wanted to sit in the offices of the government, moving in the city, going to the office, coming back and roaming and doing what they want by themselves. And citizens remain in dilemma, citizens remain suffering. And that's why I always advise the President that anybody who does not have a family in this country shall not deserve to be appointed in a government position. I repeat that anybody who is not having a family in South Sudan, who doesn't know how the school are, how the road are, and what is happening, how is the price of flour, the wives will go and buy it in the market. Such leaders do not deserve to lead us. And this is our stand. So the President must continue changing, bringing them out and appointing new people, because if they come and if they came in and don't know what they are doing, they deserve to leave the power. So my message to the new appointees of yesterday, because all of them are saying President now have gone back to the former HPLM leadership. Please, HPLM has to start to deliver to the people. Please deliver to the people. You are the part of the people, you are a liberal party, and nothing allows you to be such a level where citizenism losing the trust in the liberal party. You're part of the people and must deliver to the people. You are the part of the country. So we are calling upon the HPLM leadership, like the leg of Lambert, who now become the Minister of Road and Bridge. That is a big task. We have to make sure that we have a lot of broken bridges across the country. We have to make sure that he repairs those bridges and even build new bridges for the nation, because this is supposed to be done by SPLM. SPLM must give the bridge to the South Sudanese citizens with the country.
Right.
The party will bring the country. All the roles must be done. People like Akile, like they have been serving in the government and they know what to do. So they're supposed to deliver. We expect from them much more this time around as they came back. It's not like when you've been there before. When you go and you come back, you know what to do. So I advise them, please do what we expect you to do for us in South Sudan. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ding. بيضيف صوت راديو.
أي راديو صباح الخير إيمانويل جوزيف أكيله.
صباح النور.
صباح الخير لكل المتصلين وصباح الخير لكل المستمعين. كل تغييرات حصلت يا سمينا وأنا ما ماشي أتكلم فيه أكوانيس بكون يتكلموا فيه. أنا ماشي أتكلم عن موضوع بتاعت المدارس والممتحنين. عندنا أيام الممتحنين واجبرهم في المدرسة إنه 30,000 لرسوم بتاعت البطاقة بتاع امتحان، واجبرهم إنه 150,000 عشان يعملوا لهم معسكر ويكشوا فوق ويقعدوا عشان ما يمتحنوا. وكلام ده ظهر امبارح يوم الاثنين، ويوم الاثنين الجاي هو امتحان. يا بلد معروف بالظروف الاقتصادية، قروش ما في، أشياء ما في كتير، أبواب ومواد ذاته ما عندهم أي حاجة، ونسوان ذاته أرامل كتار وعيال كتار ذاته فاقين أبواتهم، وهم مربيين مع أهلهم مع قريبهم، وزول واحد تلقى يمكن عنده 3-4 مسؤولية بتجينا واحد في بيت. قروش ده بيجيبوا من وين 180,000 ده في خلال 7 يوم عشان يدفعوا لجنة. وزارة التربية ده بقى وزارة ثاني بعد وزارة الصحة طوالي اللي بيشيل قروش من ناس كتير زي قروش المستشفى.
معلش فقدناك، لكن رسالتك واصل، وده نقطة مهم، وده بيرجع طبعا لوزارة بتاع التعليم العام. راديو هلو راديو.
Good morning.
How's David Magog?
Good morning to all the regular callers, the listeners and the writers of iRadio. Maria and Sultan Joseph of the Judge, the Kodak of the rest. My brother, what I would like to talk this morning, I don't have a problem with the appointing of the people or leaving them, because all of them are giving us nothing. But my message is going to Dr. Waniga, that there is something you have formed when you were relieved. It is called Waniga Foundation. Let that one be existing instead to loss on the way. If you are appointed again as the vice president, we need that foundation to exist so that the rest of South Sudanese will be employed within that foundation. Number 2 is to the Minister of Road. You are the new minister now who was not even in the system, but you came in. Can you try to correct or to rectify the road that have been stuck, especially the road that is coming to Bargizal? If you want to start your work, please, we need to see that road. It has spent more than 6 years without being constructed. And if you are appointed like this, do not sleep. The Minister of Road is supposed to be on the road instead of the office. Lastly, to Motumo Bjorgan, who is now the new minister, please check the environment, especially in the oil field of Upper Nile, because there is no need that the money can be used in the country and the people are not being protected. It needs all these two things must have to go together, the resources and the life of the people.
Right.
So we need our people to be protected. Thank you.
Thank you very much. حماية بتاع الشعب، حماية بتاع الناس. نمشي لعناوين الأخبار.
This is iRadio.
The iRadio.
Your eye on South Sudan.
Right, it's time for news headlines. Lasuba Memos here. Good morning, Lasuba. What do we have today?
Good morning, Emmanuel J. Akile. What we have is just what one of the callers has been talking about, and it's one of what happened actually yesterday when President Salva Kiir reappointed Dr. James Waniga as Vice President and relieved 4 senior ministers, including Michael McQuay-Leth, Joseph Gang Akech as Minister of Constitutional Affairs, Justice and Constitutional Affairs, and Minister of Environment, Josephine Napon, and also Roads Minister Simon Mijok in a series of decrees announced on the government-run TVSSPC yesterday. Authorities in Rohingya administrative area say an early morning attack on Monday has left several people dead and a military facility damaged. And the multi-service training center in Juba has graduated more than 50 young people who completed intensive courses in hospitality, information communication technology, generator and air conditioner repair, and other job-ready skills. This and many more.
Thank you, Lasuba. عناوين الأخبار وحنلقى التفاصيل في رأس الساعة.
iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. iRadio, your eye on South Sudan. iRadio.
Right, and welcome back from the break. Now, far away from the presidential decrees or the comments coming from the residents' report segment. Now, let's talk about the revitalized peace agreement, where the chairperson of the National Election Commission has called on parties to the peace pact to make political decision to pave the way for the polls to be successfully conducted in December 2026. Professor Abenigo Akok said lack of political will is making it difficult for the Commission to fully prepare for the elections. He also urged leaders to sit down and dialogue to resolve their differences rather than resorting to violence. Akok spoke in Juba yesterday at the launch of a two-day high-level political parties dialogue under the theme Building Trust and Confidence Among Political Parties Through Dialogue, Collaboration and Engagement.
We need cultural peace. In Southern Sudan, we need cultural peace as citizens, as political parties. What does it mean? Cultural peace is a set of ideas, values, behaviors, attitudes. We reject violence and they encourage dialogue. Reject violence and they encourage dialogue. And I'm really thankful to the two speakers. They mentioned something about dialogue. And we need this in our country very badly. We need cultural peace very badly. What does it mean? When I saw Sibyl, he smiled at me and I smiled at him. I didn't force him, but this is in his heart, that I'm peaceful to him. So we need cultural peace in South Sudan. We reject violence and they encourage a dialogue. Below cultural peace, there are 8 domains. When there's cultural peace, there are 8 domains. One of the domains is democracy. Now, South has been going into crisis, but they must sit down and they make peace. And peace was made under the R-axis. Now this peace, this agreement has brought peace in Southern Sudan. This is a big achievement of R-axis. Now, below the R-axis, there are 2 groups, the argument and the political parties who signed the peace agreement. The argument is to monitor the implementation of peace in South Sudan. The political parties are to monitor and follow the peace agreement. Is it going on well or not? It is obvious with I will talk here as an academician, not as a chairperson. Now, the argument, I have been attending the meetings. I know that. I have been reporting to the parties to peace agreement that let us tie ourselves with an electoral timeline which will guide us towards the coming election. Now, my dear fellows, you are here today, brought here to come and see the addresses, the implementation and gaps. And by the way, this is very important. Those who designed this, they targeted very well. But again, with this well-attended occasion, with these good comments, after 6 months, you'll get us in square one. And to me, it paid me a lot. I have been monitoring this very carefully. But the concern from the argument, the concern from the political parties, that let us go for election. We are technical people guided by the Act. The Act says this is what is to be done. In 2015, before the amendment of the Act, I went to Khartoum and I told my wife that I'm going back, I may end up in jail. She said, why? I said, I'm going to declare the election date. It will be rejected by the commissioners and the government may not like that. She said, is it in the Act? I said, it's there. When I came, I called a meeting with the commissioners. They all refused. I said, now I don't want to be taken to the court. I brought in the media and I said, this is what has been written. When it remains 6 months, the election date must be declared. And I made the announcement. It was very serious. Everyone was surprised. I received a letter from the speaker. Come and explain for the assembly. How did you declare this? I said, my brother, where am I? Here is the law. Now, gentlemen, I don't know about you much. We are now being guided by two documents. The RXs, inside it is written that when it remains 60 days, election will be conducted on condition. Now, the condition there cannot make us do it. Then extension came, and we are now waiting for 2026. I want to conclude like this, that the parties to the peace agreement, they should be so much concerned about the agreement day by day until we go to the polls. They have to direct us. We are not to direct them. They are above us. Hence, let us be concerned about the future of South Sudan. Thank you very much.
All right, let us be concerned about the future of South Sudan. يعني نشيل الاهتمام بمستقبل بتاع جنوب السودان. ده هناك بروفيسور أبانيغو أكوك، وهو طبعا رئيس بتاع مفوضية الانتخابات القومية، بنشد أفراد إلى اتفاقية السلام المنشد إلى اتخاذ قرار سياسي بمهد الطريق لإجراء الانتخابات بنجاح في شهر 12 السنة الجاية. وأكد البروفيسور بنيكو أنه غياب الإرادة السياسية بيصعب على المفوضية الاستعداد الكامل للانتخابات، وهو حث القادة أنه يقعدوا تحت ويحاولوا لحل الخلافات بتعم بدلا من اللجوء إلى العنف. وكان بيتكلم طبعا امبارح في جوبا ده خلال انطلاق بتاع حوار رفيع المستوى للأحزاب السياسية لمدة يومين، اللي كان تحت شعار بناء الثقة بين الأحزاب السياسية من خلال الحوار والتعاون والمشاركة. وكمان في الدور ده خلينا نمشي ونسمع من الدكتور بروسبا أدو، وهو طبعا برضو يتكلم هناك، وهو مسؤول سياسي ده طبعا هناك في بعثة بتاع الاتحاد الافريقي في جنوب السودان او افريكان يونيون. نسمع هو قال كده في المناسبة ده امبارح.
I bring you warm greetings from the African Union and welcome you to the high-level political parties dialogue that creates the forum for political parties to discuss challenges besetting the implementation of the revitalized agreement on the resolution of conflict in the Republic of South Sudan, our access. It also provides the opportunity for a thorough discussion of political differences within, between, and among political parties to the revitalized peace agreement, and finding prudent and progressive ways to address the disputes. This is clearly reflected in the theme of this dialogue: building trust and confidence among political parties and stakeholders through dialogue, collaboration, and engagement. So this morning we are here to talk peace. South Sudan is at a critical stage in its peace-building process, where all citizens in this polity must consider themselves as one and not allow ethnic, social, or political differences, or even other influences, be it internal or external, to divide them. This is very important, given that the impact of these divisions through conflicts, mistrust, and self-interest has the tendency to reverse years of gains made since the brokering of the RXS and its implementation thus far. The goal of the RXS is to help the country address root causes of conflict and prepare the country to hold elections and transition peacefully into a stable, peaceful, and strong democracy in this region and beyond. Rather, the revitalized peace agreement, as we have noticed, has many tasks pending and require urgent measures and consensus building to implement these tasks in order to fulfill desired goals and objectives. In September 2024, the decision was made for an extension of the transition period. Then, we had renewed aspirations, hoping that come February 2025, when the 2 years extension begins, we will be on course to implement the remaining tasks and hold elections in December 2026. Unfortunately, the Nasir incident in March 2025 stalled the implementation of the RXs and the functioning of most institutions and mechanisms. This created a lot of difficulties and having obvious impact on the citizens of South Sudan. This high-level political parties dialogue, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, presents the opportunity for South Sudanese to get things right. This is not a forum to dictate and impose ideas on one another. This is a forum to put everything on the table as citizens, guided by genuine intentions and having the interests of the people represented in the various political parties at heart, to work out individual and political differences so we can all return to status quo ante, roll up our sleeves and get the job done. In our part of the world, I come from West Africa, Ghana to be precise, we say that it is good to jaw than to war. It is good to jaw than to war. In other words, we can by all means agree to disagree, and it's okay, as long as we do not resort to violent means for redress. The sufferings Sudanese are going through as a result of the conflict in Sudan are obvious, and South Sudan must avoid this unfortunate conflict at all costs. It is good to sit and talk, and it is through discussions that new ideas come up to help make progress. It is time to rebuild the trust and confidence, not based on self-interest, but on genuine considerations and aspirations for the greater good of all citizens. The ways to do it may differ, but people must be allowed to make their choices through those who best represent them and can help them address their needs. I wish to assure you that the African Union and its partners are here to support you. Make your own decisions and get things right. It is pertinent to serve a reminder that South Sudan is the only country you have, and differences are part of human nature. But what is also part of human nature and embedded in our African culture is to sit under the Iroko tree as one family, discuss differences, chew cola nuts, forgive each other, and smoke the peace pipe. I therefore call on all signatories to this agreement or peace agreement and non-signatories alike to dialogue by dropping all preconditions and exploring avenues to make life better for all citizens, including women, children, and the youth of this country. We call on you to kindly reach a consensus through dialogue as an outcome for the way forward for elections in December 2026 and a peaceful transition in February 2027. With this, thousands of generations will be spared the discomfort, disasters, disputes, and violent conflicts with its attendant consequences. Let us not allow spoilers to have a field day. Ethnic groups represent strength in diversity and not enemies for disunity. Peace is all we need to move this country forward and explore the immense potential of the people, the resources, the flora and the fauna.
نعم اسمين هناك برضو الخطاب اللي قدمه ممثل بتاع بعثة الاتحاد الافريقي لدى جنوب السودان اللي هو الدكتور بروسبا أدو، وهو برضو كان بيتكلم في جوبا امبارح في زمن تدشين بتاع الحوار. وده طبعا الحوار الرفيع المستوى للأحزاب السياسية اللي حيستغرق مدة يومين امبارح والليلة. قبل احنا سمعنا برضو من رئيس بتاع مفوضية الانتخابات. ماذا عن تعليق بتاعك انت متفق مع الخطوات اللي قاموا بها ولا لا؟ ولا اتصل علينا على الأرقام بتاعنا بعد الفاصل.
iRadio for reliable and objective news from across South Sudan and beyond. Listening to iRadio, bringing you programs that offer you an in-depth look at the issues that affect you. iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Your eye on South Sudan. iRadio.
مرحبا بك مرة ثانية. ده الوقت اللي فيه نرفع المكالمات. iRadio. Yes, good morning.
This is just a community.
Yes, welcome.
My brother, I'm agreeing with the statement on the chairperson of National Election Commission. Because if you want to be leader, care for citizens, country citizens. But what we see here, in our leaders, they don't care about life of their citizens. They took children away. They just took resources. Then after you are not in power, you create problems, others to kill themselves. And then you come to the table of agreement to be in the power. But it is not to solve the problem. Right now, this agreement has been extended 3 times. And if you ask them what delay agreement not be implemented, it is because of lack of power. They are not confident themselves. If they go for election, will come back. That's the problem. They put elections in black streets. So what do we want from them? Enough is enough. Let's go for election. And after election, if you come back, do what you want to do. If you not come back, go away. Country is not your own. Thank you.
All right, Joseph. Thank you. That right, bit Joseph. iRadio.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
Yes. Good morning, Ding Ding.
Thank you, brother. I think the country will only be united, as they say, when the election is free and fair. You know, only elections and electoral commission always save the country from a failing democracy. And the only institution that protects the democracy itself. And when they are actually steadfast, they will really unite the country. As the chairperson have said, they will really protect the country's dignity. South Sudan is actually in a dangerous path now because of we are approaching 2026. There's no pre-election activities. The parties I'm not seeing them doing anything. No rallies. So I don't know which type of election are they going to approach. It's just an election of where you go to the communities, you go with sound systems, start telling them vote for me. And what we know, pre-election activities is where you see political parties busy going to the ground, to the constituencies of their existence, trying to build repeater road, have committee with the PHCC. These are the you can see the mood of politicians trying to do something for the communities in order for them later, when they come and beg for the vote, they will choose something. We have this little thing for you. If you vote for me, I will add more. But I don't know what are they going to say during the campaign. Will they go with the sound system and start telling people, vote for me? After you vote for me, I will now come and give you a road. So this is the situation. So we are calling upon a National Election Commission to aid the political forum, political parties council to subsidize the pre-election activities. And also, they must work hard to make sure that they got they avail the funds so that people will start. Now, we are going to December. We are going to remain 1 year only 12 months. Ajamapi, Amacha Sharpe, Nagamro, Ajata Kululama, Litakabat Gamlu. We don't need another extension. But this is a great challenge. Thank God that government now is also to visit the former parties, members, the former, officials in the government who have actually, when that the signing of agreement have come back from the one is there. Those of Blackboard, who was Secretary of Vice is now Minister. They know what is actually supposed to be done for election. So we are urging them, please, we need election in 2026, no failure, such that citizens free themselves.
Right.
If we fail to vote, to bring the leaders we want, this is our own problem. So just help us, give us election. We need pre-election activities. Remember, they didn't compare no, so don't the Baden first target, so delay. We need to see politicians and political parties going on the ground, making rallies, doing something to the citizens. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Radio. Yes, and the issue of civic and political space has been also in question, especially from other parties and also civil society groups. Radio.
Emmanuel J Akile.
نعم كل شوق تفضل طوالي.
شكرا لك. Emmanuel أنا بتفق مع مخرجات أو تفريات بتاع المسلمات أنا. دول الماسك اللجنة الانتخابية وماسك برضه لجنة الأشياء الرياضية. Emmanuel بدون حوار ما في مخرج. شبه لنا هو Emmanuel شوف في المدن طبعا حياة في المدن بتوقف على مرتبات على القروش وحياة في الأرياف بتوقف على الزراعة والأعمال والنشاطات التعليمية. في المدن في الغنى ما في أمن Emmanuel. ما في ذل بزرعة، ما في ذل بزرعة بالغنم، ما في ذل بقى في المنطقة بتاعه. ما جارين في الغابات. في المدن ما في مرتبات. عشان الناس اللي قاعدين في المدن طبعا ده الموظفين والناس شغالين، ما في قروش. كويس؟ هنا محتاج إنه لازم البلد يكون فيه سلام. فالحوار هو مخرج. كل المجتمع دول تبغض الجنسيين اللي يغاوروا، ناس تبغى يغاوروا تشوف المخرجات من الأزمة ده شنو. كويس؟ الاتحاد الافريقي والايجاد والافريقا يونيون وكل الناس الكل بيقولوا استغفر فيه. كويس؟ اما كان برضه ما غسر، كان برضه ما غسر، لا ما غسر. ايمان لنا 70 ايزب وعندنا 64 قبيله، 70 ايزب ده زياده 6 ايزب اذا كان قسمنا له قبائل فده يكون انتهي. فنتمنى انه الحوار السياسي ده خليه يكون عنده طعام على الجنوبيين، خليه يكون عنده مخرجات جميل وينفذوا دائما ينفذوا في ارض الواقع. لازم السياسيين يقول تيك تقدر يمشار وتصل في ميار يقول تيك ويشوف مصلحه الشعب الجنوبي شنو في التناول، ما ابدا انه مشاكل لكم الاثنين دول. شكرا.
شكرا جزيلا. يكون في حوار او دايلوج وده ممكن يساعد للطريق للامام. بيجيبنا لحوالي دقيقه واحد لراس الساعه. We'll leave it there for now. Up next, news in English with Lasu Memo, and I'll be right back in the second half of the dawn. We'll pick few calls after the news in English before we move to the next item. Don't touch your dial. Good morning.